Please, yes.
If it is asking your consent also, please agree to it.
Yeah.
Okay, so a very good evening to all of you, all the audience, and here we have Mr. Arav Chowdhary and well-known Bhishma across the globe. So welcome to the show, sir.
Hi, everybody. Welcome back again to my show, Talks with Arav. And Jose is going to interview me. I don't know what he has in mind and what he has got in store, but let's go ahead.
Oh, great. So I've seen your videos, I mean, on YouTube and very active now. So first of
Mhm.
all, why YouTube? First of all, why on
YouTube has got a larger audience base. YouTube is it connects you with a wider audience all over the world. So that is primary the reason.
I guess lockdown had given a lot of space to explore YouTube and give content.
Because it is not really just the lockdown itself, because I've started filming recently.
Uh-huh.
So it's not that I have ample time on hand, but I've had the thought of being on YouTube, but I just could not think of the right content and how to go about it. But now uh, this is what the thought is,
Uh-huh.
and I started with this.
Great. Where are you based now? So where are you now? It's pretty good in the background.
I'm in Agra. I'm in a hotel room. I'm filming here, so I've been for the last few days. I've been here almost like a week, 10 days, I guess.
So this conversation is not in this entire interview. There is no much of structured one. It's a very candid conversation. I'm
Right.
just a little bit curious to know about why did you choose the Bollywood industry? What made you to come into the industry? That's my first question.
I have always been intrigued by cinema. Even as a child, when I used to watch movies, my mother was very fond of watching movies, and you know, we would go as kids and watch movies. And my father was in civil services, so we had uh, easy access to cinema, uh, and we would watch all the latest movies. Not all of them, but whenever, as and when. So I still remember looking at the big screen and thinking, this is amazing, this huge thing and these huge figures, and there must be something behind this. There's probably like a big field out there, and people are doing all this behind in that field. So then that when I was a really small kid, and then it was very interesting and intriguing, and so I guess that was the seed for this thought of me being an actor. And then slowly and gradually I had interest in doing skits in school, and I did my first skit when I was in the fifth standard. And then from there on, it went on and on. And by late school, I knew that this is what I wanted to do, because it was very, very exciting for me to be part of, you know, the acting process.
So just out of the context question, anyways. Since we all have gone through the period of lockdown and still it is on the lockdown phase only.
Yeah.
What are the takeaways or the positives or negatives? It's a lifetime event for all of us. So what are the positives and negatives around lockdown for you personally?
See, negatives are that we've all suffered hugely, in the sense that we have lost near and dear ones, one primarily, and then we have suffered due to lack of work, and that directly has hit almost everybody in the country and in the world. So it has wiped out people's savings and incomes. So everybody's, sort of starting from scratch all over again. So, you know, that thought itself, that's it's a difficult process. Positive of lockdown, I wouldn't really know what to say about that because um, as an actor, as a person, I'm a very uh, homely kind of a guy. I'm not really outgoing as such. I work, I would go to the gym, and I come back home. So uh, being with family is nothing new for me, wherein people have sort of connected with their families, and they're like suddenly, oh, it's a great thing. We bonded back, so that's always been there. So yeah, so I guess more or less that's that.
So coming to a career path, so many movies. So just roughly how many movies you have worked for serials or something or that
I
count?
never put a number on anything in my life. I firmly believe in the possibilities and uh, everything infinite. So I the rough idea, probably I must have done 20-25 feature films in various languages, including English, Hindi, Tamil, Kannada, uh, and television. I seriously don't have any idea how many shows and episodes I have done. And prior to that, I was a model for almost 10 years. So I've done, I don't know, maybe 50 ad commercials, music videos, probably, yeah, less or more, I don't know.
But I still remember. I guess I don't know which. Definitely in school, maybe in secondary or primary. Doom was a fabulous, famous movie that time about bikes and all. And I heard you sing that tone of Doom. Can you please sing that for me in this interview too?
Oh,
The theme of Doom, please.
धूम मचा ले, 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 धूम.
Thank you so much, sir. Since you don't have a count, okay, perfect. But there must be some breakthrough in the career, right? So, what was that character or that movie or that character where you had that breakthrough in your career?
See, Joseph, every human being, every person, every creative person rather goes through various steps in creativity, and any point of time you feel this is a breakthrough. Like when I got my first film, uh, it I think it was Lado, and now it was a small regional film, and I played the lead in that. I was the hero of the film, and it did well, and it got the national award as well. The film got the national award, so that itself was like, wow, so it's a breakthrough, right?
Debut and then
Then, yeah, at that point of time. So when I look back, then uh, you know prior to that, when I did my first ad commercial with Rakesh Om Prakash Mehra, was the director for EC Tubes. Ashok Mehta, God bless his soul, the biggest DOP cameraman that we've had in the industry. He was doing the camera, and at that point of time, he was doing films simultaneously with Subhash Ghai again. So that was a major breakthrough. Then came in music videos, and I did Jalwa, and I did, with music videos with Anaida and Suchitra Krishnamurthy, Dole Dole. So that again, in that space of music videos, again was a major breakthrough. So time and again, one has to reinvent oneself, and whatever life offers you, you go with that, and it seems as if, okay, this is fantastic. This is the breakthrough. And in recent years, in the journey, I would say it has been Mahabharat and Bhishma. But definitely, one thing I would say is that so far I have not gotten any role, any character which is so well written and well conceived, and on paper, on screen, the way it is shot, it I haven't gotten anything which can even come close to Bhishma and Mahabharat. So that is again a huge breakthrough. So that's how the journey goes.
So the recognition is more to the Bhishma character. People who
Yeah,
recognize
no,
you across the globe.
I completely agree with that. Bhishma has gotten me recognition beyond what I had earlier and what I had thought of. The thought process was that people will love me, like me. They will probably uh, you know like my work because of everybody. Every actor works hard, and you feel like, okay, this is gonna change things, and this is gonna be huge. So yeah, but what I didn't expect was that it's gonna take me internationally, and I will have a worldwide audience. And thanks to Mahabharat and thanks to Bhishma today, I have an audience which is global: Russia, China, Indonesia, UK, US. Everybody people have all over the world. They have liked and seen Bhishma and Mahabharat, and they've connected with me, and they write to me every day. Which is amazing.
Right. So basically, if I see the entire Mahabharata, the cast and crew was very much perfect, right? So and of course, you have carried that particular character altogether, right? So if not Bhishma, then what? Which character would you like to act as?
No, I never really gave much of a thought. For me, Bhishma was the most important character, and the variety of emotions, the journey of Bhishma from a boy who's in his 20s, Devrat, then how he becomes the young prince, and then how he becomes Bhishma, and from there on how he goes on to being at growing in age and responsibilities, and when he's 25, 30, 40, 50, 200. So there was nothing which can come close to uh, playing a character for any actor. The You can imagine a boy from 25 to 200. So the way he will walk, the way he'll speak, the way he will react, everything keeps changing, not only in his age, but his circumstances, what all he's facing through, what all he's going through in generations, you know, what all he's faced, the issues that he's faced as a young boy to the old Bhishma. So that journey cannot be compared with any other character, simply for a performer. So for me as a performer, that was the best possible part.
And the character is also like sees whole of the generation from the initial till the last point of time. Every decision, So everything
Yeah,
Bhishma is through and through, right? So that is the whole
yeah,
character what is there.
yeah.
So any kind of learnings in that particular episode, an entire Mahabharata, I guess it must be a matter of 2 years or so for the entire shoot. So what was the learnings what you had in Mahabharata shoot? Anything special?
See, every time you go, life is a learning process. Every day you look around, you pick up and you learn things. But as far as Bhishma is concerned, uh, I I can say that what I try and imbibe is the humility that Bhishma had. Bhishma was the biggest and the strongest warrior of that time. His own guru, Bhagwan Shri Parshuram, even he could not defeat Bhishma. Um, and he was the greatest warrior. He was a skilled statesman, um, a diplomat, you know, very learned, but yet at the same time, he was very humble. Okay, so at no point in time, Bhishma had any kind of arrogance in him that, I'm so and so. In fact, in the show, it has been shown that his mother uh, and I'm not talking about Ganga. I'm talking about the Matsya uh, who basically is his father's wife after marriage. So she also says that, okay, as long as you are the head of the family, as long as you are the commander in chief, uh, Hastinapur, doesn't have to worry. And it is from day one till Kurukshetra when all the Kauravas they are like, you are our shield. Okay, so there is no way that anybody can even forget about dreaming about winning the war from us. As long as Bhishma is standing in front of us, nobody can do that. So to that, Bhishma would always turn around and say that never do that. आप जो है आपको युद्ध करना है, जो कुछ भी करना है वो आप मेरे बल पे, मेरे प्रयोग पे आप ना करें. आप समय आएगा जब आपको स्वयं अपने बल का प्रदर्शन करना होगा और वो समय आएगा. So Bhishma was never, aggressive or that I'm so and so, full of himself or anything. He was very humble. So I've tried to, imbibe that quality of his.
Correct. So if you see the entire series, entire episode, and what you're speaking right now is you see Bhishma as a different character, and you as Arav as a different personality. So what kind of state of flow you were in when you were at this character, at the character? What kind of state of flow you had?
See, when I play any character, I'm not uh, in that character beyond the point of uh, camera roll, action, and cut. I do not stay in that character beyond that point. Uh, so, being Bhishma, I would be called on set. But since at that point of time, apart from one film that I did in between, that was the only part for over a year of time I was doing and I was filming for. So I had created that uh, body, that look of Bhishma, how he would walk, how he would look like, his muscles, eight pack warrior, how his voice would be, how his voice would change with age in every situation. So that was the most interesting bit, and it did not uh, go away. So when I would come on the set, uh, I would be myself, but uh, that structure of what Bhishma is all about would always be in the back of my head. But I would tell my directors and my actors when I would reach the set that or even the audience who would be there, the fans who would be there. I'm not Bhishma, I'm Arav. I said I call Bhishma when the director says roll. So then I humbly ask Bhishma to come, and Bhishma comes in, and uh, action and the magic happens. And when he says cut, so I send Bhishma away. Thank you so much. So that is the way it has been with me.
That's the grace what you get from Bhishma altogether. But on the lighter note, do give us a few tips on fitness and diet if you don't mind on YouTube. That'll be really helpful.
Of course, I will. I have posted videos even in lockdown how I have worked out at home without any gym, or whatever little bit of weights I've had at home. So I've managed to, do bench press on the sofa. I've used my cat litters weight to, lift the weights, do biceps and triceps and whatever. So yeah, that has always been there, and it shall continue there as well.
So where there is will, there is a way. No gym, still you can go on and do it, right?
Yeah.
So Arav sir, what if not Bollywood, then which profession?
Nothing. I don't believe in plan B. So I've never had a plan B, and I always felt that, this is what I want to do, and I'll give my 100% to this. So there was never any other thought in my head that let me think, let me try this. If it doesn't work, I can fall back on this and I'll do that. No, I've never thought of that. So it was always being an actor, giving it my best, and I'm still at it.
So that means, according to you, if you're passionate about something and if you're going to achieve that, it is really going to work. That's what you need.
More or less, because see, one has to believe in God and the universe. We are not the most important. I humbly surrender myself to God every day of my life, and whatever I do uh, in my work, in my life, personal and professional, both, I surrender it to God. I'm just a medium, and I'm doing whatever I'm doing. There's a higher power now. You can give it whatever names you want to give. Uh, there's a huge universe out there. We talk about uh, states, and we talk about caste, and we talk about religion, and we talk about, but जहाँ और भी हैं, uh, we are much more bigger. There's a world out there which is beyond planet Earth and the Milky Way galaxy, and there's so many galaxies like that out there in the universe. So that is the thought process that you know uh, you give your best, uh, but there is destiny. There is something out there that will guide you, that will take you to places. And if it is not meant to be, there's always something else. And I'm sure, God is going to show you that path and you move on to that one.
So, with your answer, just a little curious about knowing what keeps you going, what motivates you.
There are a lot of factors that motivate me, and they can change also at times in whatever life is has shown you. But the most important part, I would say, is my passion for acting. Uh, I'm the happiest. I'll tell you, I'll uh, sacrifice anything. I'll sleep for 3, 4 hours in 24 hours. It's like right now, we last 2 days and off, last 2 days, 3 days, we've been filming in heat in Agra. We are here, and it's extremely hot. And throughout the day, we've been filming in the sun, or it could be cold, it could be raining and snow, whatever. So the passion for, I'm the happiest when I'm acting. That is primarily, and what I tell people also. Like yesterday, there was this friend who wanted to know that, okay, I'm gonna be in college now, and what do you suggest? How do I go about life? And so I said, as long as your inner self tells you that you're happy, do that, and things will fall into place. So more or less, that is the guiding force that my passion, what makes me comfortable, honestly, and you are at it.
Few couple of last questions. What I wanted to ask you is, it's going to help a lot of audience also now. A very
Right.
important question is about uh, what are the key learnings? I mean, what are the takeaways from you? What would be the advice what you give to the young actors, who are aspirant to become actors?
See, be honest. Whether you want to be an actor, you want to be an athlete, you want to be a businessman, you want to be, a cricketer, sports person, whatever you want to do in life, be honest with yourself. The most important thing. Uh, know your strength and your weaknesses both. Okay. Work on your weaknesses, make them your strengths, and your strength, whatever you have, put it up front. That is the only advice that I have, that you uh, be a will be a winner in whatever you do in life, as long as you are honest with yourself. Be self-critical, that I'm good at it, but I do not know this. I need to work on this. I need to learn this every day of my life. That happens, everything else will fall into place.
Arav sir, just yeah, it is a very good insight what you gave. I'm pretty sure the young aspirant who wants to get into acting will definitely take this. But what kind of mindset should a young person have to come into this industry? So they feel it is glamorous, it is a lot of money. So are these right set of attitude to come to the industry?
This we discussed in the day when you called me. See, the most important part, which even I did not know, because when you have the passion, the burning desire to do something, you do that, and that is the driving force, and it takes you through, and it should be that, right? But when you ask me this, then let me just give you an insight on what reality is. It's a lot of hard work. It is the only profession in the world where you have to give your 100% every day, every minute, every second. There is no off day, off minute, off second in this profession. If you are a guy who's got a stall of, let's say, samosa, you are a fruit vendor, a fruit seller, you are a cobbler, you are a business tycoon, okay? You're a businessman, you are working for the government, you are a civil servant, any profession, okay? You can have an off. You can say, today I am not well, uh, the manager will take care of it, or my brother will take care of it. I have a shop, but I don't have to sit there every day, and eventually I'll hand it over to my son. He or my other family members will take over, and I can chill and relax that I work for an X amount of time, and the business is doing well, and the other person and the other family members, they can take over, and I can do something else. uh, Here, as I said, 24/7, the day you first of all cannot hand it over to anybody else. You cannot not be giving 100% today, just because I've got an issue at home, some family trouble, my or I'm just lazy today, you know. So I don't want to go to the factory today. I'll just take the day off. No, I cannot ask anybody from my family, my staff, my people that, why don't you go and stand and do the shot for me? I just want to relax for an hour. Forget an
Imagine this
hour,
happens.
not even a second. So that is something that you should always keep, that thing in your mind, which people do not realize. It's a 24/7, always on kind of a profession. There is no off. The day it is off, you are off. You don't get money, you don't get paid, you are out of public memory, people forget you, and they move on. Unlike, as I said, if you have a shop of your own, you will not, because you created a brand, and somebody else is, your son, your grandson, somebody else in the family is taking over, and the brand name itself is growing. Not here. It is you, only you. Whether you're 20, whether you're 200, whether you're 150, whatever, the day you say that, okay, I am not interested, or today I'm a little lazy, this and that day itself is like, okay, it's not working, you know. So that is the most important thing that one has to keep in mind if you want to be a performing artist, a performing actor. And of course, it is the most difficult profession to be in, which I have come to know now.
That takes learning, yeah. You have to spend a number of years to learn. We learn every day.
No, because what happens is, in a performing actor's life, as every human being, you will have ups and downs, have highs and lows, and life is never the same. But here, there is a constant pressure of competition, which is in your face. In no other profession, it's never always in your face. Here, whether somebody is senior than you, whether somebody is junior than you, whether somebody's just joined in, or somebody's been there forever and who's a superstar. Okay. Everybody is out there in your face and better than you. So you have to be at it, and you like, okay, this one is better and that one is doing this and this one is doing that. So not that you are physically competing with anybody. I don't believe in that. I don't compete with anyone. But it's in my face every day and I have to be 100% at it, physically, mentally prepared to give my best and to be relevant. I have to be creating whatever is relevant today, whether it is because performing as an actor, the styles keep changing, or the style of filmmaking, cinema, everything is refreshed, and changed. So you have to reinvent and keep doing stuff which is relevant today. आज से 20 साल पहले 30 साल पहले जो होता था वो अब नहीं होता है, right? And whatever you're doing right now, uh, 10 years 20 years from now, it is going to change again, and with time you have to change yourself and you have to be relevant. So that is my advice.
I hope this will be really helpful for the audience who are watching. Yeah. I just wanted to know, a little curious to know again, one most memorable, enjoyable day. Of course, I have an expected answer that every day you enjoy do it, but one most memorable day, and one day you are very caught up. Maybe you are not able to do this or that. You are stuck up totally. So, two memories of your, you know, in your journey of this industry.
Oh, you talking about one memorable day of me
Awesome.
being an
Yeah.
actor?
Fantastic, awesome day to not to forget at all.
I cannot really think of any day as being a great day or a bad day ever in my life. Because honestly speaking, um, I'm going through a crisis, even as of we speak today. Um, but I cannot be put down because of the issues that I'm facing currently right now. Uh, and I do not think in that direction. I think of what is the best that can happen today. What is the best that I can do today? Um, so there are good memories, and I tend to automatically, my system tends to erase the bad ones. Seriously, honestly. So I do not have. I mean, you do remember and try and recollect that one was rude to you, or this one didn't, do something. But it's a very faint memory. It is never a very strong thing with you. So similarly, the great days that you've had or shared, uh, they are good memories, and uh, but come to think of it and answer your question, I am not the sort of person who's sort of ever jumped with joy and said, "Yeah, this is amazing, and today is the best day." And this, I believe that life has to be joyful, and I've always been like that. People who've known me over the years, right since school, I believe that do your best, give your best, and every day will be a good day. If things are not going your way, then you have to just hold your torch, look through the dark tunnel, and move towards light. That one day you will reach the light. So that is how I see it. There are many memorable days of me winning Mr. India. standing on stage and my name being announced, me doing some amazing scenes with some amazing star awards, me meeting Mr. Bachchan the first time, me receiving a gift from Mr. Bachchan the first time with this handwritten note.
Goosebumps,
Uh,
like, it's like the feel so proud, cloud nine. But then some say if you take a you receive an award, a gift.
matlab, yeah, it's I've received a lot of love and warmth from Amiji. I still do, and I'm grateful for that. Truly grateful. Um First time I met him was during the filming of Lakshya, and over the years, throughout uh, till I would say yesterday, he's always been there, and he's been very sweet, and so that there's a bond there, and so or meeting or working with Danny Nexompa, uh, and sharing his passion of swimming in the sea with him, going in the sea and swimming with him in the sea, uh, or his passion for music, his singing, and we would sing together. And then me going to his house and singing with him, and him showing me, you know, I mean, I walked into his house, and he's got a beautiful house in Jew and right behind Amiji's house. So I went in there, and he said, and he's a very casual kind of a person. You do not, he's not like a formal person or whatever. So he turns around and he says, "Chal, chat pe chalte hain, yaar, upar aaja." So we went on the terrace, and then he called for a tape recorder because he had tapes, those tapes,
Yes,
old
yeah,
tapes,
cassettes, yeah.
and he had recordings of cassettes, recordings of R.D. Burman and himself when he's singing and performing, and that was like an amazing memory that I have. I was like, he's sharing that with me,
Yeah.
and he was like, "अरे ये गाना मैंने तब गाया था और ये वो." So there are many such memories, amazing memories. So life goes on. You
Good.
make new memories.
So yeah, so what kind of future endeavors you have? What kind of projects right now you're working at?
Right now, I'm just grateful to God that I'm working. Started working after over a year and a half, and I'm healthy, and my family is safe. Uh, my mom and brother, they've been hospitalized for a while, but they'll be good soon, and they'll be out soon. So that right now, the thought is not what great work I'm going to do. The thought is, I keep telling people also
Right.
that we are alive, we are healthy, and we are grateful. That's about it. Rest, everything else, once the entire country gets out of this mess, the entire universe, the entire world gets out of this mess, we can create a new world. So there are talks of, I was supposed to do a Tamil film. It did not happen because of lockdown, got postponed. Some web shows, uh, a few television shows, but everything is a Hindi feature film as well. So everything is sort of on standstill right now. So we are just waiting that this
The
gets over, and then yeah, everything
it's
is
just in
normal.
the pipeline will come through. Right.
Yes.
So how many languages you know? Since you mentioned Tamil, how many languages do you know to speak? I mean, bit you understand, you can speak a little bit.
No, languages, as far as me knowing languages, honestly speaking, I know, I think, four or five languages. I know Hindi, English, uh, Urdu, Punjabi, Rajasthani. Yeah, I guess so. These are the languages that I speak. Four, five languages I understand. Um, Rest, I would like to say it's a gift that I can pick up any language in the world with the right accent and the right pronunciation. It will take me a while to understand the meaning, but I can perform on that accent and that language. I thought it probably was every actor's, resume that you can do that, but I was pleasantly surprised that not many actors can do that because when I travel, let's say, I was filming for a Tamil film in Serbia. So the way they will speak English is going to be very different from anybody else, So that I could start speaking like them, or how a Russian would speak English, or how a Chinese would speak English, or how an American would speak English,
Can you please try
or
two
Tamil
accent
for
at
that
least?
matter.
Two
Sorry.
accent for us. Two accent for us. Two accent. Maybe a Japanese or Russian speaking English.
Well, the last thing I recollect, as I said, I was in Serbia, and they have a very strong Russian connect. So they are like, brother, I just want to understand why is it that in India, there is too much of population, and they use a lot of hand gestures. I'm just wondering if we were to shoot here, you sit there and you jump, and then you get on the bike, and then you go like that, but just don't understand. Is it really important for us to do this? Otherwise, we could do it tomorrow, right? So every
Ah, interesting.
person, every region, the way they will speak, the way they will use your gestures, the body language is very different. So which I have a gift, I think, that I can pick up and imbibe easily.
Right. Since you mentioned a lot of South Indian movies, especially Tamil, you say, I would like to give you two sentences that you will be able to repeat. Okay, try that.
I can try that, but it takes me a little while. It doesn't
It's
happen straight
anything
away, right?
any word or any sentence you know upfrontly in Tamil.
Vanakkam Tamil Makkal.
Oh,
you know,
that's nice.
I
That's
mean,
easy.
I, yeah, I mean, I can, if how I work in Tamil is that I get the dialogue. Not necessarily I get the dialogues one day prior. I get probably half an hour before the shot. So I go through it. I understand the meaning of what I'm doing, what is happening. Then I get the pronunciation correct. I get it recorded from somebody from the unit, probably a writer or a director or an assistant director. Then I record it, I hear it again and again, and then I do it. So it's a half an hour, 30 minutes, 20 minutes process. So don't expect any miracle in like 1 minute. You say
No,
one line and
just a
expect that
repeat.
I'm going to be following it right away.
No, just a simple thing,
Okay, let's try.
எப்படி இருக்கீங்க? எப்படி இருக்கீங்க?
எப்படி இருக்கீங்க?
How are
எப்படி
you?
இருக்கீங்க?
நல்லா இருக்கேன்.
Okay, yeah.
நல்லா இருக்கேன்.
நல்லா இருக்கேன்.
Yeah. Oh, that's
நல்லா
great. That's
இருக்கேன்.
nice. Yeah. Perfect. Perfect. All good. So because I used to watch Mahabharat in Hindi, but then lately I was like, okay, fine. Let me just watch the Tamil version also. So did you watch the Tamil episodes? A few ones. Did you watch the dubbing
No,
Tamil? Yeah. Sometimes you
no.
get a chance
No,
just
because
to watch the
see,
nice
when
dubbing.
you language is very important for me as an actor, because every language has got its own nuances. The way I will say a thing in English or Hindi is going to be very different from any other person who's going to say it in Hindi, the same language, right?
Correct.
So when I say a dialogue in Hindi, it is going to sound and look very different from somebody else. So when you dub it in another language, you lose that flavor. You lose that. It is never the same. It cannot be the same unless I personally do it myself and dub it another language. But even then, it will not be the same, because let's say if I'm speaking to you in English right now और मुझे यही वार्तालाप हिंदी में आपके साथ करना है, तो मैं जिस तरह से बोलूंगा उसको आप लिपसिंग जब करने जाएंगे और उसको आप अंग्रेजी में कर देंगे, तो वो उस भाषा का जो सौंदर्य है, उसकी जो सुंदरता है, उसका जो रस है, जो आनंद है, वो समाप्त हो जाएगा. वो समाप्त ना भी हुआ तो वो उतना सुंदर, उतना अच्छा नहीं रहेगा. You know what I'm saying? So every language has got its own beauty, and it cannot be compared, even if the same person is dubbing it in another language.
Correct. Yeah. So
So that's my take on
essence
it.
of the language and the finest of the language is very important.
Yeah.
Great. So, sir, it takes a lot of hard work in terms of doing different languages, but I really see an amazing dedication, hard work that you want to give in every perfect shot you want to, for the particular scene. That shows the commitment, dedication, what you have for this profession. So I guess this is the secret of your success: being committed, dedicated, passionate.
See, a lot of people ask me, when you look back, do you think you could have done the scene better? What you did yesterday, or what you did 10 years back, or 5 years back, or how you played in that particular scene in Bhishma, or what you did in Dhoom, and what you did in Lakshya and other films, right or wrong, whatever. I say no. Um, for the past many years, and I would say roughly around Mahabharat, or probably little earlier than Mahabharat, I've had this thing in me that I am not going to do the scene and the take until I'm happy with it. Like, I'll give you an example. There will be days because you're tired, you are shooting for 12 hours a day, and then you're traveling and doing so much. And television, especially, is like you have to be on a roll. You have to do it really fast. So the director will call for a take. We do a take, and he says, it's fine, great, good shot. And I'm like, no, I know from within that this is not me giving 100%. I can go beyond this. So I'll say, sir, we'll do one more. It's like, no, sir, this is what I want. This is perfect. No, sir, let's take a break. Let's take a break for 10 minutes. Let me sit and I'll have my chai. Let me have my chai. So I'll call for my tea, coffee. I'll have, sit and drink it. And just the way I was drinking with the same mug that I've had for I don't know how many years. It travels with me all over the world. So had that. And after that 10-minute break, I'll come back and I'll do the scene, and it'll be perfect. And the director will be like, huh, nice. Or I will say that, sir, this is what you wanted. Now give me a moment. I'll give it to you in another way. And then obviously it is your call, whichever you want to, keep, whichever take you want to keep. So I never finish till I'm satisfied in that very day, because that day is not going to come back again. So me thinking that I could have done it better, no, it doesn't work like that. It has to be the best that very day, that very moment. If it is not happening in that moment, I'll take a break. And luckily for me, my directors, my producers, I mean, I don't take 3 hours. They understand that, whatever I'm doing it for the betterment of the product. So, and a 10, 15-minute break is not going to harm anyone. So it doesn't happen on a regular basis. It happens once in months. But that if I feel that it is not going in the correct zone, of not getting the sur correct, the emotion is not correct, then I'll take a break. And I'll say, we'll redo it after 10 minutes. And instead of, going on doing take after take after, because I don't go beyond multiple takes of 2 or 3. And if I know that it's not corrected, then I say, take a break. And we chill, think it over, and we go for a fresh take. So there's never a day of regret that I could have done it better. Doesn't work like that for me.
देना ही तो बेस्ट है तो फिर रिग्रेट ही क्यों देना ही बेस्ट है so there is no point of regretting, sir. So sir, one last question, consider of time. One last question is, what message would you like to give to our people in this current situation?
See, be safe, follow the protocol that we have, get vaccinated at the earliest, and even before and after vaccination, always wear a double mask now. A single mask is not really working. So be very safe, very, very safe. And I posted it in my videos. I've shown with my own hand how the doctor is getting the injection is being made. I've turned the camera and the injection is being injected. I've shown all that, and I've worn a mask. And after that, with the second wave, I have been wearing a second mask whenever I step out, So be very, very safe and wash your hands, whatever the protocol that we've been given. maintain distance with people. As long as it is not important, it is not necessary. Do not mingle with strangers. That's what I would say. So don't do that, and work out, exercise, whatever you can do, because that is the best thing that you can do for your immunity. Your immunity is not going to come by just being locked inside. Mentally and physically, it is going to exhaust you. So whatever possible way, wherever you can, whatever. And I've shown in my multiple videos, you can run stairs in your building. They are not allowing in the day. I do it at 2 in the night, you know. But find ways. Keep yourself active. Your body is your temple, and it is going to take you far. So take care of your body, your immunity, work out in whatever way. What कुछ भी exercise आप जो कर सकते हैं करिए, please do that. And that's all I can say. Be safe and try and be positive. Be happy. That's it. Pray to God. Thank you.
Arav sir, thank you so very much. You were so humble to give your time, valuable time for this interview. And you have
Pleasure
given
is all
a
mine.
lot of insights on your YouTube channel. I wish, on behalf of everybody, your fans and everybody, my family and friends, to have all the very best. Wishing you all the very best for your projects. You also be safe, take care of your family, and
So
whenever you
sweet
go
of
for
you.
a shoot, also please take care of you and your
Thank
colleagues
you so
around
much.
the area.
Thank you. Thank
So,
you.
if at all we get a chance again, if you give an opportunity to take an interview on a different topic, I will love to take that for you. Uh,
We shall do that soon. Yeah. We
right.
shall do
So
that.
I hope there is a lot of insight what our audience got today from this video, from
Right.
this Arav Talks. So thank you very much. We'll see
Thank
in
you.
one more interview. Thank you very much, sir. God
Sure.
bless. Thank
Take
you.
care. Thank you. Bye bye.
Bye bye.